Hello, everybody, and welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Tonight's episode, we'll be reviewing WWE Extreme Rules, Raw, SmackDown Live, as well as other WWE news and notes from this week as well. So, wait here for my team. To join me. I know Kyron has things to say about Bailey's situation. I continually talking about Lana. I know I did about that on the SmackDown Live review. I'm talking WWJ through tonight. Other things going on as well in WWE this week. I guess we're going to talk about the Extreme Rules first. And wait for people. I guess it was all right. Wasn't too bad. Could have been better. Fatal 5-way, having Samoa Joe get the win. All right. And you know how I am. I'm direct. I talk about whatever anyone to talk about. Move on quickly and swiftly. Whether that's more incorrect or not. Sometimes I'm amazed by some YouTubers that go in depth about things and bring up weird things that don't even have to do with it. When they're talking about pay-per-views or matches or whatever. Like me, I'm just saying this is what happened. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I think about it. Move on. And usually that's what I think most people do. But I don't think it's just different. Me, I'm rigorous to a T. In that way, I guess. I don't know. It's just how I do things here. And here tonight, it'll be a quick episode. Extreme Rules was all right. Raw was okay. Just close to be good. And SmackDown Live was awesome. Great episode of SmackDown Live. You're kind of messed up booking for a big pay-per-view like Money in the Bank. It certainly will be good. I certainly look forward to seeing how things go down in that way. But we'll see. I guess whether here or whether they're going to join me, I want to already share. I don't know. I guess I'll wait and see if Kyron comes on. But I'm going to be playing a clip from his Extreme Rules review on his channel, Kyron Chase. And then when we talk about Lana and her debut, I'll play a clip from the SmackDown Live review of talking to WJ that I host. And then I hosted this past Tuesday talking about Lana. And I really went in depth about the women's division on SmackDown and overall. So welcome to give that a listen to hear everything I had to say there in the pretty much first 20 minutes of the show. 20, 30 minutes. And even when I tried to move on, I still was talking about it. So pretty much gulped the whole show that night. Got some good reviews, right? But certainly was interesting and not planned that way for sure when I went into the show. That's why I like having things not planned, not scripted as much as I should. Just let it breathe, let it go. Whether it's this show here or the other show, the show I co-host. I'm not talking to Jay.
Hey Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
You doing great? How was your day?
It was it was a pretty good day. It's Thursday. Every day is a good day, depending on how you take it. But yeah, everything was great. Everything was great.
Yes, it
How
is.
was yours?
Thursday, June 9th, or June 8th, actually, not June 9th. June 8th, 2017. My day was all right. Not too eventful. I did go to a job fair, as most know. I'm looking for work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to that. Chauffeured my grandfather to a couple places as well. Watched some stuff on the network, WWE Network. Watched some stuff on Netflix. Also I binge watched a TV show. And ironically, I was able to do it on YouTube of a Disney show from the past, Sunny with a Chance. Was watching that too. So I had some eventful and some just lounging around, being lazy day as well. So, and now we come here to the evening to the podcast and to talk pro wrestling and everything from there. So I guess I would say today, being Thursday, being a good day. Hmm.
And I'm trying to see if Kyron is coming.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? I was going to ask you something, but now we got to wait till Kyron's in here because I know we were just talking about it not too long ago. So, actually, how did you think of Extreme Rules? But I want to wait until Kyron's here because I know he has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, from his own review on his channel, and yeah, because I know he has some strong opinions on a certain thing from the pay-per-view itself, let alone it in its entire. I did watch the pay-per-view. Obviously, I thought it was all right, but I'm sitting back here, like those memes. Sometimes I'm sitting back here waiting for Money in the Bank, and everybody's enjoying just sitting here in the corner, daydreaming and looking forward to Money in the Bank because the way it's been built already by SmackDown Live, and even if it was a dual branded pay-per-view as I would have wanted it to be, and however it was going to be presented, and as it is presented each and every year since 2007, I think. That doing a good job, and the pay-per-view that's been so good that I think it definitely should, if not already, in my mind's eye, there should be a big four and take over Survivor Series. The Survivor Series hasn't been lit or straight fire, hasn't been good in the last couple of years for me. And to me, not saying it's been terrible. I mean, good shows, good matches, good main events, blah blah blah. But overall, it's a show, and my hyptitude heading into those events the past couple of years haven't been as much as they to the level as they've been for me heading into Money in the Banks. Maybe it's because I equivalent Money in the Bank like the Royal Rumble, and we have multi-men, and this year for the first time, multi-women match for something like the briefcase. And as I always say, I like those type of matches because it's has the most. It's the match in WWE that has the most unpredictable heading into it. So that's why I enjoy them. So yeah, I'm excited about Money in the Bank, but it still doesn't mean I didn't enjoy Extreme Rules. I just was all ready for to get to Money in the Bank, even more so and looking forward to that than anything's going to be going down for SummerSlam. So certainly is very interesting, and with the women and their first Money in the Bank ladder match that'll be happening at the pay-per-view. Lana's getting a title match. The crazy stuff going on SmackDown. Besides Jinder being the champion, heading into the big event and the big show coming up in a couple of weeks on Father's Day. Is certainly gonna be awesome. I mean, heck, I might even do a live stream and do something I haven't done in a long time, and do a live stream of the whole event, depending on what's going on that day. So it being Father's Day, but I might do that because Money in the Bank from start to finish, I'm sure is going to, at least for me, going to deliver. So certainly looking forward to that and how everything's been booked and how things have been, and next week already being the go home show for that. We just got off Extreme Rules. Now we're going to be having a prediction show next week with Money in the Bank, and then 2 weeks later with Great Balls of Fire. And heading into the road to SummerSlam. So pay-per-views fast in a hurry. Predictions fast in a hurry. Certainly everything from that way. I also waited for Karen because Karen was there. He was at Extreme Rules. You can let us know how things were from the live crowd vantage point for some of the matches. And particularly, I want to know how the crowd was with Samoa Joe winning. Excuse me, becoming the number one contender to Brock Lesnar's WWE Universal Championship. But no, that was my thoughts on Extreme Rules and heading forward.
Sure, Kyron has a lot to say about that.
I'm sure. But I guess before Kyron comes in, I guess we could just jump over your thoughts of Lana's debut and her technically without any barrier getting a title match against Naomi at Money in the Bank.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was really interesting because of all people that they could have had, it to me it was kind of like a Jinder Mahal situation. You know, of all the people that they could have had as a number one contender, they picked Lana, who hasn't had one match in the WWE SmackDown Live women's roster. Her first match is a title shot. Now, what would be crazy is Lana actually winning it and pulling a Jinder Mahal. I don't see that happen. I can see it being a really close match, but I just simply don't see it happening because that would, how can I say, that would hurt the women's division in a way. Me personally, I don't even know what the hell Lana's whole gimmick is, to be honest with you. I'm just lost half of the time. But I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna do it. I hope Naomi wins. If anything, I want Naomi to lose to Charlotte. I would like to see that. But Lana, no, please don't do it to us, WWE. Please don't. But I thought it was kind of interesting, clever how they did it.
I guess in a way it was interesting. I don't really agree with them in a way to have her getting in a title shot right away after finally debuting on SmackDown Live and he's done for Raw SmackDown. Now her actually now being a wrestler with Rusev. Yes, she still has that fanfare from that with a good portion of the audience, but to carry that over and just I think that merits to opportunity. It's not really believable. I think that's where my issue is with the believability factor. Even when talking about WWE storyline, because it was more believable to me when Charlotte down or Raw SmackDown Live and Meredith had an opportunity right away because she's Charlotte Flair. She has a cachet in order to warrant that happening, and it was believable to me. But with Lana, and as you said, not even having a match yet on SmackDown Live, not alone having an actual one-on-one match on Raw or SmackDown, period. I mean, the one time she actually was in a match, at least from what I remember, was at WrestleMania, multi-women tag match years ago. But beyond that, and I thought at that time, oh, they're gonna be pushing Lana and whatever, and now I'm hearing the news that Lana's push here is given to her because of Eva Marie being away. Whether Eva Marie is officially released yet or not, I haven't heard anything yet, but whatever, I guess that thought was going to go to her. And if that is the case, from what I was hearing rumors of when around that time when I was thinking and assuming that she would be getting the push, they were going to put the title on her and she'd become a champion. So then if we're just transferring all that and those promises and those ideas and those ideas for Eva Marie now going to Lana, then no one can concur that maybe she might actually win it at Money in the Bank. And maybe, just maybe, why not have whoever wins the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match already cash in the same night. I know they'd be doing it 2 years in a row, but again, that's men's and women's, and this is their first ever. Why not even make a bigger statement, I guess, in a way, and have even more so than whoever wins the men's Money in the Bank ladder match to be Mr. Money in the Bank going after Jinder Mahal in the WWE title, then not only having the ladder match in its own right, but having a new women's champion being cashed in on whoever wins the briefcase, who I still say the odds-on favorite is Carmella. So we'll just go with that. If Carmella wins the briefcase and she cashes in, becomes the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, at the pay-per-view, you have 3 headlines there in the women's division for the pay-per-view in 2 matches. Technically, first new women's champion in the match, Lana beating Naomi. Then we have Carmella winning the briefcase in the historic first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And then you have Carmella cashing in, becoming the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and Lana. And again, so it's been when they're going to have it on the card. You know, the thing is, we always talk about each and every year for the men, depending on where the ladder match is going to be comparable to the WWE title, that may show if a cash in might happen or not. You know, sort of thing. So now we do that with the women. So it's depending on how things are structured. If I was WWE, I was not only a fly on the wall, but in the meeting, SmackDown Live Writers meeting for Money in the Bank, and they're talking about it and how to book the show and which match to have first and this and that. I would want the women's Money in the Bank ladder match to start the show. Have that first, and just let it breathe, let it go from there. You know, so I was probably high there. Just as I was talking about in the SmackDown Live review on Talking WWE, that, hey, you know, have the women start the shows of SmackDown heading into Money in the Bank. And technically, there's only one left to do so why not? For the go-home show, let that be the prevalent storyline, even more so than the men's, more so than anything else. They're heading toward Money in the Bank. That can be a focal point. So if that can be a focal point on SmackDown, should be and could be the first match on the card when, you know, the show starts. Maybe throw a different match for the pre-show. When we actually get to the show, time to start 7 p.m. Central, and we're ready to go. And they should start with theirs. Now, to be quite honest, I would like it to be back to back. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match than the men's, but that's just me and how much I like those type of matches anyway. So I'm sure to space them out, they won't be back to back. But just in that vein, in that way, they certainly would be interesting, because if you do that back to back, and at the end of the night you have the title matches back to back, the women's title match, Naomi, Lana, and then the main event being Randy Orton against Jinder Mahal in Randy Orton's hometown, St. Louis, Missouri, for the WWE title, certainly would be everything tying up and have a great start and ending to your event. And like I said, I think it would be even tenfold and more so if Miss Money in the Bank cashes in and actually wins the title there on the same night. And then, as I guess it should be, especially for this Money in the Bank with the women making history, that should be the headline news Monday morning or Sunday late night with people doing their reviews, podcasters and otherwise, or just WWE Universe talking about it on Twitter, Facebook, and other platforms that exist beyond Twitter and Facebook that the fans are discussing the show and everything. That the main thing, the number one thing, the trending thing, the whatever thing being the women and how they made history to the show and had 3 big things, or potentially could be 3 big things happening at the event itself. Because I don't see a men's cash in. Like I just said earlier, we did that last year with the Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose winning to become the champion. I don't see that happening again for the men's side. But they can technically have it 2 times in a row, but being first, match, so making history. So that's, I guess, in my Steve's booking idea there, that's how I would book the pay-per-view. You have the women start first. Carmella wins. You have the men's Money in the Money in the Bank ladder match, briefcase thing match, and you have Baron Corbin win. Then at the end of the night, you have Lana defeating Naomi in the whole main event there, I guess you can say. Cashing in. Because maybe Naomi just goes crazy because she can't believe she lost to Lana. Then we have the men's main event, or the main event, WWE title match, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, and Jinder Mahal retaining. Well, that's how I would book Money in the Bank for those two scenarios. There are 4 matches there, starting off the show and subsequently ending the show. Excuse me, for the event there. But obviously, as much as I am talking about the pay-per-view, you know how much I'm ready to go for it. I mean, I wish it was next Sunday already for the event to go down, because I've been obviously rambling about it here in the top of the show, and we're supposed to be reviewing Extreme Rules, you know? So it's just where my mind's eye is. My mind is, because I think Money in the Bank, it does deserve to be a big 4. It does deserve to be a pay-per-view that automatically WWE should see as a dual-branded event each and every year. Now, I know it doesn't sound as catchy as calling the Big 5, but whatever. Still, the history and lineage of Survivor Series is warranted to still be part of the Big 4, but adding Money in the Bank as one other is not a bad thing either, right? Just like we're building superstars, we want to try to build up pay-per-views, right? We're trying to make each and every pay-per-view mean something, matter at even the tiniest bit. Heck, we're going to have a new pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire, even though they should have just had Bad Blood return, as the rumors were saying. But that was supposed to be what is supposed to be set there. But no, we got Great Balls of Fire and that mess of the logo that is of the pay-per-view. So, Money in the Bank, maybe one of these years it will be that, and it will be a stable for WB, and will be a newly minted, main pay-per-view, a Big 5, calling it a Big 5 now, and Money in the Bank as well. Automatically, I do a branded pay-per-view each and every year. Now, I guess in a way I can understand why this year they didn't decide to do it that way, since off the heels of the draft area and the Superstar shakeup they decided to do. Then again, if they didn't want to do that, then they didn't have to do that. So that's on its own story. But they did, and I think with those things happening when they did, they couldn't really, I guess to me, they couldn't really make that do brand pay-per-view. So they decided to give it to SmackDown Live, which ironically makes sense because who we have as our commissioner, or the reason for SmackDown Live, is Shane McMahon. Here comes the money. You could even use his theme song to be the theme song for Money in the Bank. Than the normal one that they have, which is something obviously I'll be playing for the prediction and review show when we get to that point next week, and then the week thereafter. For a warning for those that might not like the song, but it's pretty awesome. And again, the event should deliver tenfold. I mean, since I've been rambling on a whole lot about Money in the Bank, I want to know, Mark, what are you as excited and already looking forward to Money in the Bank as I was watching Extreme Rules, or are you just focused on what's going on now, and we'll deal with Money in the Bank when we get to it?
I'm actually really excited for Money in the Bank because of one thing: the women's ladder match. That's the thing I'm excited about the most, because it's one of a kind. It's the first time ever that they're gonna have a women's ladder match. I can already tell you that they're gonna go all out on this women's match because it's the first women's match that they had. Do I think it's going to be better than the men's match? No, not even close. But the fact that they're having it, I'm telling you, it's going to be really entertaining and really fun to watch. In my opinion, I think Charlotte is probably going to win. Like Charlotte or Becky Lynch, somebody like that. I think one of those two are going to win. Probably Charlotte, I'm not going to lie. But that is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the Monday match. And I want to see what Shinsuke and AJ Styles do and the SmackDown women will get back. knowing that they are one of the group of people who have never partaken in this match. I'm really curious to see what AJ Styles is going to do, knowing that that's one of my favorite wrestlers of today, and knowing what Shinsuke is going to do, considering the fact he's never been in a ladder match. So it's a whole lot of factors contributing to why I'm looking forward to seeing this. But to be honest with you, the women's match is the match I'm looking forward to the most. Hopefully they do not disappoint. I don't think they will, but you never know. You don't know what to expect from SmackDown sometimes. So, women's match, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, actually, we're actually going to be playing already since we're talking about Lana right now as we wait for Cameron to come on. That's why we're not talking about Extreme Rules right now, but I'm gonna find the episode of Talking WWJ and play the clip from my SmackDown Live review talking about Lana. So while I'm looking that up, if you want, you can actually give your thoughts on Extreme Rules.
Oh, my thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Some of the matches were pretty good. The match that really, I'm not gonna lie to you, it pissed me off pretty bad was the Alexa Bliss Bailey match. First of all, nobody knew what the hell a kendo stick on a pole match was. That's what got me the most. I had no idea what that consisted of. I thought it was pretty dumb. A kendo stick on a pole. It's like some people say, why don't you just have a kendo stick match? That's sound more reasonable and not dumb like a kendo stick on a pole match sound. And the Hardy Boys match. That was confusing. Overall, like we were talking in the extremely big group combo that we have on Twitter, Steve, the pay-per-view overall was pretty confusing. And, we were talking on there, and one of the things that was so confusing was that in a steel cage match with the tag team champions, Jeff Hardy escaped the cage, but Matt Hardy had to get out as well. Now that didn't make sense to me. I always thought if one of them got out of there, then that group won it all. So, like, technically, if it went by that, the Hardy Boys would have still been champions. But they didn't. And the thing that got me was, it was never like that I remember. I never recall, both tag team members having to exit the cage to get out. And, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of dumb. Because at least they lost to Sheamus and Cesaro. If there was somebody like Goldust and R-Truth, okay, then we're going to have problems. I'm going to be really pissed off. I'm going to start ranting like Mike. We all know I'm to rant. So I just overall the pay-per-view is just very strange. There's just nothing much you can really say to it. It's just strange. I thought my predictions were actually pretty accurate, and everything that I said technically didn't happen. So, yeah, just a very strange pay-per-view. I was lost. Just completely
Right. Right. I did find it. I didn't notice I talked like 34 minutes at the start of the SmackDown review. What's about the women's division and Lana. But there's a short little audio clip, obviously, that I'll play from this episode. You can find it on Talking WWJ channel. It's entitled WWE SmackDown Live 6/06/6/17 review. Lana makes her SD Live debut. Point being is what I learned from Total Divas in respect to Lana and then bring out Remember that when Eva Marie was and that went down. And talk about what happened at SummerSlam and everything going on then.
Mm-hmm.
Now giving her a chance or getting that title opportunity, which hey, good for her, but certainly is interesting. Yeah, have you heard him from Kyron?
I have not. I have not.
Like I said, I didn't want to go too far away from Extreme Rules before we can get Kyron to give his thoughts and everything from the event. There's something going on behind you there?
I'm sorry, what's that?
No, I was wondering if something going on there behind you.
Oh, no. Let's see where it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reach out to him and be right back. Well, I found out audio about the last situation. Do you well, here's a random question. Why not? What usual YouTubers do you usually go for or go to? Besides our own and our own little family here, but beyond that, with the bigger guys and gals that you go to for WWE content.
Oh wow. It ranges really. It ranges from Sean's View, Grimm's Toy Show, Luigi PS3, what is it? Steven Larson. I can't think of Steve Larson's wrestling. It's like a podcast type of.
Oh yeah, Steve and Larson going in Raw. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely watch them. What culture? Um, Wrestle Talk. I definitely watch Wrestle Talk.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love Wrestle Talk. I like it's my favorite.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch a lot of JD from NY or something like that. I don't really watch him like that. Every now and then I do, but not as much.
Respect that.
Really.
No, I respect that. I was just wondering because I'm gonna play something from someone who actually is part of our big chat for pay-per-views. Good mic work commentaries here on YouTube. Again, that's good mic work. The G, M, and W are capitalized. Commentaries here on the YouTube channel, and he actually just posted his episode 433 of the show, and talking about the Lana situation. I wanted to get one of the bigger YouTubers because I plan to tweet that out, let him know that he was his kind of used again. I think that on Twitter is just at good mic work. But anyways, share a little bit what he thinks of the Lana situation. And after I play it, you let me know if you ever heard this guy before, right?
Not be in a match that can give you an opportunity to wrestle for the title because you have to earn that. But I'll give you a title match itself. What fucking sense does that make? And I swear to fucking God, if Lana takes that title from Naomi, I will shit a brick. That would be horseshit. I love Lana. She's hot. She's awesome. Maybe she gets in the ring a little bit. Maybe she'll get better. She's obviously taking over the same gimmick that they wanted to do with Emma. She's almost a cross between Emelina and Eva Marie. So Lana winning the belt would definitely get her some heat, but almost like her. They would fucking hate her if she beats Naomi. So hopefully that won't happen, but it kind of makes you nervous that it will. And I'll tell you what, man, if it did, Lana's the one you would be cashing in on. Just say, for argument's sake, somehow Lana scores some crazy ass out of nowhere victory over Naomi at Money in the Bank. And let's say that match happens after the Money in the Bank ladder match itself. You would think that whoever wins that Money in the Bank briefcase would need to cash in on Lana. That's your best opportunity because Lana's a weak link, and now you got a weak champion. She should be easy pickings for whoever wins that briefcase. So I'm curious the order of the matches. I'm curious if they're going to have Naomi and Lana first, and then the Money in the Bank ladder match. That way, the Money in the Bank briefcase winner doesn't have an opportunity to cash it in, at least at that pay-per-view. So Naomi kind of comes off a little bit dumb here. I mean, I understand she wants to get her hands on Lana, but can't she just kick the shit out of her in catering or something? She has to go as far as demanding a match with her, and she said she'll put her title on the line on the same pay-per-view that a Money in the Bank match is taking place. She's basically offering herself up to lose the title. She essentially has two chances to lose the title depending on the placement of her match with Lana. So
yeah, that certainly would be interesting if Lana won the championship.
Exactly.
I mean, in his words, freaking mic work. If Lana wins,
it's kind of a weird situation, but all I know is Lana better not win that fucking belt or I will lose my shit. Our WWE champion.
I think a lot of people feel that way, as I think would. They would go crazy and reactions almost like Raunchy Mikey and Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title at Backlash. Would with if Lana won the SmackDown Live Women's Championship at Money in the Bank. Good mic work. He sounds like he would lose his shit. I'm sure there'll be many others that would go crazy if that's the case and Lana winning the title. Now, if his other idea, the one I brought up earlier, even before, because he just posted this video on his YouTube channel, so fair warning to people, I didn't watch his before going to mine. But what I was saying is have the briefcase person already cash in that night, or already Lana being the one makes more sense to have her be the one being cashed in on. I say it would have hurt Naomi in any way to cash in. As a person with a briefcase, man or woman, you'd want to cash in when the champion's at the most vulnerable state. That's how that works, being opportunistic like Edge always was when he won his championships. So I think that would soften it up, let's just say, for most fans or fans like good mic work and others in the WWE universe, that Lana wins the title, but she only has a 4-minute or 2-minute title reign, meaning, the person when the briefcase cashes in, whether it's, I would say, as I was saying on Twitter, the biggest surprise to have won that Fatal 5-Way for the number one contendership for the Universal title was Samoa Joe, and in the end he won. Mm-hmm. The biggest surprise to win the women's Money in the Bank, and I think would be the biggest surprise and swerve to me, would be Natalya to win the thing. So, think of that one. Natalya winning the Money in the Bank to win the inaugural, the first ever history-making, blah, 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 and then in the same night cashing in on Lana, of all people. It would be great for Lana in the way, and good for Natalya in that sense, if that was the case, or anybody, whoever it was. That's why it would be better, maybe even a way to have Lana become the champion. If you are giving this push to Lana from what was supposed to be for Eva Marie, and then you have her being cashed in that same night. So it certainly would be interesting, for sure. But
yeah, definitely. I just finished talking with her, and she's still out. I'm not sure exactly at this point what his status is. So I'm just letting you know.
All right. Well, I'm just going to still play this clip from his channel, from his review. I mean, he knows what he said, so when he does come on, he can just continue or just say whatever he wants to about that situation. But there you go.
And a soul and company. say this about people I like. I don't. But I think it'd be best if Bayley went back to NXT. For one, I'm working on my skill a little bit more. And maybe, I don't know, get a new gimmick because she's not getting on the main roster.
Oh yeah, there you go. Maybe there's an idea having Bailey go to NXT. I don't know if it could be that bad. I don't know if you can bury that. He didn't look good. It just was befuddling to me, and I think WWE put the title on her. It could be we look back at 5 years from now, whatever years from now, even WWE looking at back and them actually looking at hindsight. That maybe it wasn't the best that they considered from Charlotte before WrestleMania. Like, that shouldn't have been the case. Charlotte should have held to WrestleMania and then Bayley having her moment there and then booking however they wanted to forward from there. And maybe we still get to this point, but obviously later down the road, if that was the case, then we'd be having an Alexa Bliss Bayley title match at the first match there. So, how things would have been, could have been. I just think that decision kind of in a way messing up things heading all the way to current date and current time. That's why everything matters. That's why you have to make your out forward booking. You are already thinking 2 steps ahead when doing a feud, and what really does make the most sense in the eyes of the WWE on who they win the matches. And I just thought that it might not have behooved them. She did, let alone retaining it at WrestleMania. But all right, prisoners, using the momentum of how people rather wanting her to get on the main roster for so long, and the rumors are bringing up when Bayley can come up. She deserves to do it now and this and that, and I agree in a sense, but then WWE does have her come to the main roster. Nobody then to put the belt on. Roman's championship on her as released like we did. Not premature. No, I think that's really messed up. And now, with the match that was at Extreme Rules with Alexa Bliss and her barely showing offense. See, I would have been all right if she would have lost. But still showed that she could go extreme, show her mean streaks. Mean streak. Okay, babyface. I guess Alexa Bliss. I agree with you. I would have been all right with that if she would have gotten upper hand most of the match. And Alexa using heel tactics to get the win. Bayley technically got to the first, but Alexa Bliss still kept the title by hook or by crook. That would have been more entertaining. That would have made more sense and booking sense for that match. And just having that match long, because I think those two worked well together. They actually did. But the way that match was looking made it look like. No, really, literally, it made Bayley look like Alexa Bliss's bitch. Like she in that match, and that she never beaten the number 1 contender. Like literally. I mean, I don't mean to be all weird or mean about it, but it's just how it just came to my mind because I just seen that way from watching that match. And like, what the hell? What the heck? And then I know I also tweeted out, maybe they're a genius, and they're just having Bayley in this losing streak, the true underdog, and that's how you get the underdog thing is by having. Remember Daniel Bryan and how that whole yes movement and something, the fans supporting, and then him then because of that, we have to change their plans and him becoming the champion at WrestleMania 30 in. Ironically, bringing this up, Louisiana, in New Orleans, where it's going back at WrestleMania 34. So 4 years ago. So, in that sense, with Bayley, maybe they're trying to recycle that kind of storyline, but you can't because in that instance, that was totally different in the way that he was booked. And even though, yes, he came close and she was screwed over by the authority, well, in this one, Bayley, he's just no match with Alexa Bliss. It's just a different situation. It's just it is unfortunate in a way. I know WWE still has big plans for her, so I still see that Bayley Sasha Banks match. But I think if we're going to be realistic, we're honest with ourselves as WWE fans, I don't think that's going to be happening until we get to Survivor Series or even earlier, or to WrestleMania if they hold it off that long. Whatever, it's not going to be anytime soon. won't be at SummerSlam. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be the case. Because what could be the case is like Sasha Banks, but why was Sasha Banks the title shot? Because she's been relegated to be part of 205 Live because WWE wants to put some women over there to help spice up that brand of that show and making it better and greater and all that other stuff. But I don't know. It's certainly as interesting in how they decided to do that. Anyway, that's Bailey. Because really, how do you have a bounce back after getting your ass whipped by Alexa Bliss? You're not just gonna. It doesn't make sense if they just throw it back in the women's title picture when we get to SummerSlam if they have a multi-women match. Like, yeah, they can because they can, but it's still, in my eyes, again, bringing back to that ability factor. What makes sense for that for her to be in a match and that to be paid. Bubbles. The biggest thing at Raw being with his triangle thing, actually, Corey Graves being a part of it, also who attacking Enzo and how they cast and that whole thing. It could be intertwined together. It could be just all big, there's a craziness going on with both of those storylines. In the end, interconnecting and that all happening and being found out the night after Great Ball is a fighter. Why not, right? You have a big show, you're already going, or at least Raw, alive on the road to SummerSlam at that point. And excuse me, and then you have that coming down. But who we think is the one attacking Enzo, and where do we think is going to leave with Kurt Angle text messages in that situation storyline? Like that. I see Mark. Like, where do you see that going for both of them? Who do you think is the one behind attacks to you? Like, do we think it should be the Revival? Is obviously trying to make that to be seen. And in the situation with Kurt Angle, where do you see that going? Especially now that they have integrated Corey Graves, a commentator, part of the whole thing.
Thinking about what you just said, I think it's something related to Stephanie. Stephanie, man, definitely has to deal with it. I honestly believe they could reform the Authority, possibly. Because Triple H is to the L Russian, and Stephanie has been out since WrestleMania. They could come together and possibly, like I said, recreate the Authority to the point where they kick out Kurt Angle. Gives you some fact they can just do whatever the hell they want to. I think it's going to start a Authority type of rivalry between Kurt Angle and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But no, I think it's something deeper. Maybe it's Corey Graves possibly being responsible or being like a traitor, quote unquote, to the Authority. But I just don't know. I don't know, because it'll be interesting if they actually did bring back the Authority. Then I'll be curious to see what they would do. But you never know. Do not count on Stephanie McMahon. I strongly believe it's Stephanie McMahon. I just don't know what she's trying to do with it. They take Kurt Angle's, I guess you could say his achievements as a GM, so to speak. I really don't know. But I can tell you one thing right now. It is Stephanie McMahon.
And do you think that maybe, as I've been hearing some rumor mills and everything, everybody's talking fast about it, that it's going to lead to a Kurt Angle Triple H match at SummerSlam?
Yeah, SummerSlam. I don't think it's going to be SummerSlam. I think, I don't want to say no, but I just don't believe it's going to happen just yet. I don't see Kurt Angle getting in the ring just yet. He's definitely going to get in the ring. I'm not sure who he's going to wrestle against, but I don't see it happening right now. I think it's just a rumor. I think Kurt Angle's still going to be GM for a little longer. He's still going to have issues with Triple H and the Authority. But wrestling in SummerSlam, I just don't see it happening that quick. It'd be kind of a bummer in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be too soon. They should have fast track this to have it at SummerSlam, and then wait and let it simmer, and let it just roll all the way to WrestleMania, or maybe if they want it earlier, Survivor Series. We were talking about earlier about Big 5, Big 4s of pay-per-views. Survivor Series need to step up their game. And I think having a Kurt Angle Triple H match, at least for this year, will intervene, help in that endeavor. WWE. That'd be kind of cool because, again, not everything has to wait for WrestleMania or be at SummerSlam, right? You have other pay-per-views, so Survivor Series could be a good spot also to have Triple H Kurt Angle match, a big match. Heck, we're getting a Samoa Joe Brock Lesnar match that somebody on I forgot who it was on the Table for 3 episode said that would be their dream match for a WrestleMania match. I think they said a submission match, but heck, we're getting that at Great Ball of the Fire. So you could think in these big matches whenever you want to try, or at any pay-per-view heading, whatever, and they giving your trying to build up that card as they should. It's the best idea, or best way to do things in general for WWE moving forward. I just hope that whenever it is, that they can deliver as much as I would hope that they can. Like Kurt Angle, so being able to wrestle, being able to do his thing, and Triple H. Maybe this is why I kind of wanted to hold on to WrestleMania. Make sure they're both in the good shape and ready to go, be able to work together and work out whatever kinks they would have in the ring for each other. I think it would be best to just hold that off for WrestleMania than trying to fast track and have for SummerSlam.
That'd be perfect sense.
I don't have for Raw. Don't know if there's anything else I want to bring up. We'll still wait a little bit longer for Kyron. Trying to give us something, but if not, we might have to have they gotta go. So. Oh, dang it. I don't understand. Oh, SmackDown Live. Is there anything for SmackDown Live you want to bring up?
Jinder Mahal's sick ass entrance. I thought Jinder Mahal's entrance was really cool. If you looked at it, the ground, like the where he like the floor where you're sitting on, it was kind of like cool as if it was like a robe. It was like an electronic robe. Rug. That was just like going down every time Jinder walked. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I thought SmackDown was pretty cool. Shinsuke Nakamura versus KO match was actually really good. And that's not the first time they went against each other. That's the first time for hardcore loyal WWE fans who've noticed that these are two great wrestlers going at it. If you guys did not know, if you did not know Steve, Shinsuke Nakamura and Kevin Owens actually did go against each other before, and it was a very, very, very fun match. That was in Ring of Honor. If you guys watched that, if you guys don't, I suggest you guys watch it. I think it's pretty good. It's a smaller wrestling promotion though, but yeah, they never disappoint for the most part, but you know, SmackDown match was once again good. Once again it was actually really good. AJ Styles, no, AJ Styles is always gonna be my man. He's gonna definitely put on a show. That Dolph Ziggler match was actually pretty good to me as well. Overall, I thought SmackDown was okay. I think Jinder Mahal though, he kind of disappointed me because being the WWE champion, you win the champion Sunday, right? That Sunday that he won, I think the Backlash or something like that. You come on Tuesday, do the Punjabi celebration. You don't come the next week, and then the week later you go against a. Is he even classified as a jobber at this point? I don't know. Um, Mojo Rawley, he's cool, but I don't know where I stand with him, where he stands with me. He's Jinder Mahal is he needs to be put in matches against better people to prove to everybody that he deserves to be the champion. I think it's poor booking. It's not his fault. I think he's playing his role actually pretty well as a heel. I can definitely see that he is a heel. But just it's poor booking on behalf of WWE. They need to put him in better matches against better people to prove to everybody Jinder Mahal is not a one-hit wonder, a one-time thing, that he deserves to be WWE champion. I'm sure Mike hates to hear that, but sorry, Mike, if you're mad.
Yeah, and if those watching live or archive have anything to say to us about our thoughts here on this episode and the episode moving forward, welcome to let us know on Twitter at WWE_podcast or Marcus Ramble on Twitter. Either way. But I don't know, Cameron's not showing up, almost like how the Cavs aren't showing up in the NBA Finals. That's unfortunate. But yeah, so I guess I was still here. Wait for Cameron, see when he might be able to join us here. For the silences here, just wanted to get his thoughts because I know he was at the pay-per-view event and also has strong words about the Alexa Bailey title match from Extreme Rules. I already my thoughts about Lana and everything I shared good mic works audio during the episode as well. So hopefully he was alright with that. Not too much going on with news of WWE. What I see for this week, just looking forward to Money in the Bank as you know everything goes. I'm sure here in the week coming we'll get some people's thoughts and their cheats of who should be winning and backstage thoughts and this and that. Heavy favorites and whatever. All I'm gonna say is hopefully Baron Corbin and Carmella win the briefcase matches, the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I think those would be best for business, the best ones to get the W there. But I thought Raw was okay, like I said, and SmackDown was pretty dang good start to finish. As I even said in the SmackDown review, you start off with the women's, and then you're breaking apart of the men's Money in the Bank and having matches and segments and this and that. And there, now they have to do it and have all the women and all that double situation there happening all at once. I guess not, but then again, how else are we gonna integrate that together? Right? It makes sense to do it all in one, then trying to fit it in while doing other things and moving on. And also not forget about the tag team scene as well. So they threw that in there. They should. But pretty solid SmackDown live from Tuesday. Still not heard back yet from Kyron, so I don't know if he'll be able to make it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll be
Yeah, I don't know. It's starting at 8 o'clock instead of 7. I don't know what exactly his thoughts were there. What time we start.
Do you remember? I think he said it was working or something like that.
Yeah. I guess it's still wait for a little bit to come on. If not, then I will have to end this episode and we'll just wait till next week to hear his thoughts. But then again, we had to wait one time after Backlash or whatever. Another team member that wasn't able to make it after that week, and then when it's 2 weeks away or 2 weeks out, then it doesn't really matter. Especially when that 2 weeks out is it's pay-per-view week for Money in the Bank, a big pay-per-view. So that'll unfortunately might get buried in the lead next week with Kyron's thoughts of Extreme Rules, unfortunately. So if everybody wants to actually hear his thoughts, go to his channel, Kyron Chase. Excuse me. Kyron Chase, Rinchase. Kyron Chase here on YouTube and Extreme Rules review there on his channel. Should be, I think the verse should be at the top of his channel there. Go subscribe over there. Subscribe to Mark Ramble TV and to the channel as well. Follow me on Twitter at @the_podcast. Mark Rambo at Marcus Rambo, and at Splash Kyron for Kyron Chase. But like I said, I'm going to give him a couple more minutes here, and wait and see if he's able to join us. 'Cause like I said, we'd love to have him tonight to hear his thoughts on things, everything really, and go from there. I do see we have a couple people that have been watching live. I am not able to get into the chat, so I don't know if Mark's able to and see if there's anybody there. I done, but who knows? Could be Kyron himself trying to let us know what's going on in the chat instead of on Twitter. But I'm not able to get the chat working, at least on my end over here. So, whew. What a night.
Got the Warriors.
Warriors. Jeez, I wish I was better at small talk. I don't know what's going on here. All right, actually, I'll give him a couple more minutes. Try to reach out to him. You never know. It's one of those things, you finally, you're holding on, and you finally, just tap out and decide to leave. And then 2 minutes later, you get a tweet or text message or something that he's able to go now. It's usually my looking that way. It happened once with a guest. I waited and waited. Didn't think they were going to come on. The show. 4 minutes later, get a response from them. They're ready to go. But like anything, you can't wait forever. Hey, did you take a look at the chat?
Sorry, what you say?
I said, were you able to take a look at the chat? I know there were some people watching live. I don't know if there's any comments over there. I doubt it. Just be something I don't know or something. It really could be the case. And
Okay, did you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it. 902, Boss Gamer Boa said hi. 903, he said he or she, depending on who it is, I have no idea. Said Jinder Mahal is ass. Ooh.
Yeah, well, there's a strong opinion.
906, Boss Gamer Boa said Lana will win Money in the Bank and Charlotte will cash in.
Ooh, see, now I was talking about Charlotte. Yeah, okay.
That sounds pretty reasonable. I could see that. I can see that. Definitely.
Well, that's cool. Hey, watching, and I apologize to you and everybody else watching live or archive for that silent radio silence here, but I'm trying to wait it out for our team member Kyron again on Twitter at SplashGrowKyron to come on. He was at the event Extreme Rules there in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, home of the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, thanks for the comments for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Jinder Mahal is ass. He certainly is interesting, but and Charlotte winning, we really always should think kind of like how we get to the point of Roman Reigns and John Cena. If there's any match they're in, it's hard to pick against them because they're who they are now. Maybe same way to be said in the women's division with Charlotte Flair. She's been 4-time Raw Women's Champion. Maybe she should be the one. Hey, this is history making, right? She's been part of all the history making ones, and more so even above that, I believe. At least I think so. I assume so. She's won all those matches. Yeah, those first ever women's what was any match or cage match, Hell in a Cell, this and that. She was part of with Sasha Banks. She won all those first evers for the women's division. So make sense to have her win this first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and then have her, obviously, since she's the first woman winning the thing, first woman to successfully cash in. If you have Charlotte Flair winning that briefcase, you're not going to have her unsuccessfully cash in. That's just not going to happen. Not saying that she's a prima donna or even about that. I'm sure if she had to, she'd do the job and keep on moving. But I think overall, with the Ronda, I don't think that would be something that we want to do or deal with in that match race. So if Charlotte wins next Sunday, then I expect her to be cashing in the same night or something, or whenever she does cash in, it will be a successful cash in. And even more so, if Charlotte was the one to win as that individual kind of predicted there, then you definitely want Lana to win. Lana be the one being cashed, And the Queen can save the day. Then have the Queen can save the day of the deal with Lana's title reign. I find it odd that they had all the women laughing at Lana when she was promo there. When she started talking about Shane McMahon. At first, I thought it was real. Like, why do all these women laughing on live television? It's like, what the hell is going on? Then you understand it wasn't. But it just was weird for a moment there. It's like, I even rewatched it later on in the YouTube clip, and I'm like, really? She's just saying that? Whatever to warrant that. And then when Lana told Naomi, when Naomi said, "Oh, who have you beaten? Like, for real?" And she said, "Well, I can beat you." And you see Charlotte and Becky Lynch over there. I guess they were shippy tea. It almost looked like something else. Over there in the corner, that was certainly interesting. Like my mind was on them more than I actually was supposed to be on. Naomi interaction. Well, no, hey, Charlotte. No, but then again, you also had Becky Lynch, inaugural, the first women SmackDown Live Women's Champion. If I remember that. Who knows how they're going to go? That's why I like these type of matches. Right? Looking forward to these things, whatever, multi-women, multi-men matches. Because there's unpredictable. You can literally give a reason for the season of any of these in those type of matches. Yes, you can technically think and have a good point and reason of why you think Tamina could win this Money in the Bank ladder match. Like, really, anybody?
If Tamina wins, I literally won't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will literally watch SmackDown every week. I will not miss a single week of SmackDown. Not because I'm a huge fan of Tamina, but they're literally giving everybody a shot now. They're literally giving everybody the opportunity to shine and show everybody this is what I can do, and you're gonna have to see it. You're gonna be forced to see it. Look at Jinder. Who the hell would have expected Jinder to win? Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even expect Jinder to even be number one contender shit match. Like that was the last person I was expecting. And he won, and now he is your WWE champion. Now, at that point, if Lana is put in that situation, do not count Lana out, because Lana could pull a Jinder Mahal and she could win the WWE Women's Belt, SmackDown Live Women's title. And hell, even Tamina could win the Money in the Bank. Would it be the best pay-per-view for ratings? Not exactly, but I'll tell you that SmackDown after the pay-per-view, the ratings will be high, because they're probably going to wonder, what are they going to do now, knowing that she is the Money in the Bank holder and Lana could possibly be the WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah, and I see Boss Game of Ross saying, "Oh, okay." After you left that comment about being a good ass prediction, he has, or he or she, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair tapes are fake. I see AJ Styles to win at Money in the Bank. got Flair as a face, and I'm a Raw guy. I'm a Raw guy. So he's Team Red, and I'm Team Blue. I'm always going to be for the blue band. And thanks for the individual. If it was him giving the thumbs up, and I do see a thumbs down, so hopefully we can get some more thumbs up to combat that. Continuing forward, so welcome to give the video a thumbs up. Support of the channel, support of WWE and the road to Money in the Bank. I mean, like I said, I was watching Extreme Rules, but already sitting back, we're looking forward to Money in the Bank and seeing how that will go down. Is there another? All right, so it doesn't seem like Kyrie would be able to make it, right? So unfortunately, I might just have to finally tap out, and whether he finally replies or not, that's whatever. I always share the podcast at Wrestling Ramble. I hope you guys all have, guys and gals, good evening, if you're your weekend. And as always, take care.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.